So this is Valerie. Valerie and I worked together for a year between mid 2024 to mid 2025, and we're doing a recap of her health and the changes that she's experienced that have stuck for the last several months since we finished our work together. So thanks so much for being willing to meet with me today, Mallory.
Yeah, of course. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to talk all about it because
Yep.
so many things have improved and my life is better for it. So, yeah.
So glad. I'm so glad. Well, Valerie, would you mind just starting off by describing what your life was like and what your health was like before we started working together back in mid 2024 and before?
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of what sparked me looking into getting help. I'd say the biggest thing was my hormones. I just felt like what I dealt with my PMS every month just didn't feel normal. I
Mhm.
mean, it was normal for me, but it was like, this is just so intense and difficult for so much of the month. So I really, really struggled with PMS symptoms, that being inflammation, back issues, depression, and anxiety. Just like feeling soulless at sometimes.
Mhm.
There was just, yeah, a lot of struggle on that. And so getting my hormones right was, something that um, kind of inspired me coming to you, Kate.
Mhm.
Um, Another thing was I was really tired all the time, like just massive fatigue. And I'm 33, so like I feel like that's pretty young.
Mhm.
I was waking up tired, tired all morning, and then hitting a wall at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon of just like, I'm ready for bed, just like
Mhm.
dead.
Mhm.
And turning to energy drinks and caffeine and stuff, which wasn't helping at all. So I had a lot of fatigue for
Mhm.
sure. I had some skin issues come up as well, and a lot of stress in my life that was probably the cause of some of those skin issues. So, the stress that can be caused from the PMS, just other life, life stuff was happening. And then obviously, when you're dealing with any kind of like your skin breaking out, it can be super stressful
Mhm.
and it can make it worse because then you're insecure. And so I was dealing with
Mhm.
all of that as well. Um, Not getting good sleep, um, hence the, being tired all the time as well.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I was also dealing with gut issues,
Mhm.
whole whole other component too. Like as if that wasn't enough reason to get
Yeah.
help. Um, I was having gut issues. I have struggled with kind of off and on for most of my life since I was a kid, with bloating or gas, constipation, like you name it. But like, yeah, I would just wake up bloated. Like,
Mhm.
this is not how I should be starting my day. And
Mhm.
that really affected me mentally too. Like, when your
Mhm.
body doesn't feel right, you don't feel good mentally, and it's like this vicious cycle. And so that also has caused some stress around food and like eating. And is this going to
Yeah.
make me sick, or is this going to like make me not be able to go to the bathroom for days? So,
Mhm.
yeah, that was a huge um, just challenge that I
Mhm.
had for a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but those are like the main points that
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I need some help. And I had done stuff on my own over the past few years, looked
Mhm.
into certain vitamins or tried to exercise or tried to eliminate things from my diet. But ultimately, like, I knew I needed somebody with the knowledge and the wisdom to come in and be like, all right, let's like target each one of these things. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And it could be hard to, you mentioned, and I know, of course, we talked about it, like the length of time that you've been dealing with these. So we're talking gut issues since childhood. So it had been potentially, 25 years of gut
Yep.
issues. And then some of the other concerns had been really all the concerns had been at least 5 years going
Yep.
on. So, this is something that's been chronic for you. And yeah, when you talk about stress, trying things, it not working, and then life, the busyness of life, just keeping you wrapped up in it, and you really can't break out of that cycle. Yeah, that's absolutely stressful. It can lead to a lot of despair, and then of course that can make everything worse. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I know we were in a real tough spot when we first met. So, I'd love to know how you're feeling now. If you can give us a recap on that.
Yeah, for sure. Just to like kind of go back in time a little bit from when I started with you. One of the things I appreciated was how slow we went. Like
Hmm.
I never like felt pressured to do too much at once, which
Good,
was so awesome because
good.
already like these just even small changes can be overwhelming for people,
Mhm.
especially if you're changing diet and you're adding an exercise. All of a sudden, like yeah, it can be overwhelming. So I appreciated that we went slow, but little by little, I think the biggest thing that I saw right off the bat was my sleep.
Mhm.
So I like wearing the blue light blocking glasses, actually getting ones that work, that matters, like getting to bed earlier, right? Like less TV before bed, that kind of thing. Like I remember the first night I had worn those glasses, I slept through like 9 hours like a rock. Like I didn't get up to go to the bathroom. I like woke up and I was like, that this it can't be the glasses. And I remember like the next couple of nights were just like it just immediately was getting better sleep. And so that was really cool. And I know that we talked a lot about how much sleep impacts, right? Like how many things in my life was, lack of sleep impacting. So that I feel like that was the first thing I noticed an improvement on. I know we did some elimination diets just to, try to rule things out and like ultimately coming to the conclusion that I do have a nightshade issue
Mhm.
was so cool. I don't know if I would have been able to figure that out on my own. Like we stuck to getting rid of gluten and dairy and I was able to actually test things out and see what I can and cannot handle, which was great
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I continued to eat those things and I've been great. So
Yeah.
that's been huge. But yeah, so tweaking the diet and figuring out, okay, what's causing this bloating, what's causing the gas. And now there's like, I'm in a spot now where I go great lengths of time without the bloating, without any gas, having regular bowel movements. Like that is insane to me because like it was such a stress for so many years of like
Mhm.
traveling was really hard. Like if
Mhm.
I'm eating different foods, what am I going to do? And so getting on track with the diet, eating more whole foods, having like a really well balanced diet because it was never like so restrictive that um that I was like sad about it. Like we were
Mhm.
able to just like do things little by little. That has stuck. Like I am probably the healthiest now that I've ever been because I
Mhm.
created a lot of new habits during that time of like what to go for and just being more aware of what I'm putting in my body. So that has absolutely improved my digestion and just my quality of life, honestly, is putting the right foods in my body, taking the right vitamins to just help like support digestion and all of that. That was huge. Like there were some vitamins I had never heard of that, you helped me get on and I've
Yeah.
seen just such a huge improvement in that. Um, let's see what else. I know there's many other things. Trying to think. Um, you definitely helped encourage me. I know it was a lot at first, so I kind of didn't start with exercise and movement as much. I know you had a lot of really, really simple tips about getting sunlight in the morning and just like things that were going to just improve my daily cycle and my mood and all those things. So that was cool to start out small. And then eventually, when I was ready to incorporate more movement and exercise and walking, that really helped me. It helped with my hormones, helped with my mood, just my overall quality of life. And that was really great. And that's something I've stuck with. As I was telling you, I've been working out multiple times a week because I've really, really saw the positive impact it was having in my life
Mhm.
on, everything.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that I have. continued to do is just whatever movement I can get, even if it's 20 or 30 minutes
Mhm.
at a time.
Mhm.
And that's probably what's also helped me with the gut stuff too,
Mhm.
is that moving my body and keeping myself healthy in that way.
Mhm.
Um, and along with all of that, even though it was slower at first with the results with my skin, I have seen a huge improvement in my skin.
Mhm.
Um, I used to just wake up and it would just be like, I'm like, oh, I look rashy and splotchy and red. And now I feel like I'm back to how I used to be years ago, when I was much younger, of just like, I feel more like glowy in the morning
Mhm.
and everything looks healthy and right and it's more balanced and even.
Mhm.
And I think even though I tried, like, I'm going to try this new product and this new product on my skin, I think overall it was a combination of hydration. You definitely pushed me to get, like, I was definitely dehydrated for
Mhm.
a while. Like, I'm not one who loves to drink water or anything, or at least enough of it. So that was another thing. The hydration, I think, helped my skin a ton, um, combined with the exercise and the change in my diet. And like, it's not just this like, I know it's not like this quick fix, but it's like they're like lifestyle changes and habits that impact my health for like the rest of my life. And like
Yeah.
it's so easy to like put off exercise and put off getting right with what you eat and stuff. But because we did it at such a slow, gradual pace,
Mhm.
it truly became my lifestyle. It truly became like, this isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing for 2 weeks and see what happens. It's like, no, it taught me to make permanent changes. And
Mhm.
there's just things I can't even go back on. Like there's just
Mhm.
the way I eat now. I'm like, I never want to go back to that stuff that I used to eat, or
Mhm.
not getting enough protein and vitamins in my day. Like I'm still stuck. I'm like, oh, I got protein goals. Like everyone who knows me now is like, how much protein is in that? Because I got to hit my goals.
Uh-huh.
I want to keep my hormones balanced and all
Mhm.
of that. So, yeah, the skin definitely has come around. It took a little bit, but as you have also shared with me, like some of the greatest changes we can make, like we want results like instantly, but the best thing we can do is just like slow and steady and keep at something.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so, yeah, I've seen a lot of results with that.
It's awesome,
Yeah.
Valerie. And tell me about the changes you've seen in your hormones too, because we went from a death day, 11 days before your period is what you had called it for years,
Yeah.
to now what's going on now.
Yeah. Honestly, even more recently, I was so aware of my cycle for negative reasons, right?
Mhm.
And that's why I called it my death day. I'd wake up and just be like, my soul is gone. I'm depressed for no reason.
Mhm.
And now there's like this shift in awareness. I'm still very aware of my cycle because we also have, you know, put focus on that. I think every
Mhm.
woman should, if they don't, like, should become more aware of what
Yeah.
her body goes through every month.
Mhm.
But now it's like when I have that awareness around it, it's not because I'm totally soulless or I'm depressed. I just might feel like a little like in need that day, or like something, something feels a little funny, and I'll
Mhm.
be like, okay, like I my PMS has begun. And it's not this like hardcore 11 days like getting to the finish line of getting my period. It's like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, really good that I'm aware because I can get more sleep. I can say maybe no to people a little bit more and not overbook myself. I can kind of
Mhm.
go into that week of like, I'm going to be a little bit more conscious of what's happening with my body.
Mhm.
And there's less like being so aware of like, oh, I'm PMSing right now. It's been so much more mild, so much
Mhm.
more like, um, like just easier to deal with. It's not
Mhm.
like as debilitating as it was. It's not even close to being debilitating as it was in the past. And so it's more of just like what feels like what it should have been, a normal cycle.
Mhm.
Being aware of, what is actually going on with my body and being like patient with myself and gracious. And honestly, I'm like excited to share this with you too. In the last few months, I have noticed a significant difference in like getting my period and the couple days leading up to it. My back pain has been less. So I
Mhm.
know I've had less inflammation, and I have had a much easier, lighter period, and it is reduced by like 2 days. Like I normally would have like a week,
Mhm.
and it's been like they've been much shorter and
Yeah.
like and I had heavy periods for a long time. So that has been so amazing. Like all of that together has been so cool. And then also just the mental health side of it. Like I really did struggle with a lot of anxiety and depression
Mhm.
during that time.
Mhm.
And I it's really good to get into it and talk about it because it makes me feel really grateful. Like when I'm like, yeah, like when things like improve and you don't realize it's improved, like
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's your new norm and you're like, wait a second, that was really bad. And now it's like I'm not even noticing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at now. And I my mental health has improved immensely.
Mm.
There's just been so much more understanding for myself during that time of the month. I've communicated to my partner more about my needs. I've learned to do that better. And there's just so much more like compassion and grace for that time. And I've just like, it's not so difficult that I can't handle it, the way it used to be. It's,
Mhm.
I'm very blessed and thankful because overall my anxiety levels, and especially since working with you and some of the practices we did, like have stayed with me and have really helped.
Mm.
So
I love to hear that, Valerie. And it's just so cool to take a bird's eye perspective of where you were at before, back in 2024, to where you're at now. And I'm just so excited for you moving forward into this next year because I know you're going to continue to grow and change and evolve. And I know your family has some exciting plans. So, yeah, just so glad to know that you are well as you are moving forward into the next phase of your life. So, thank you so much for sharing.
yeah, thank you. I
You're
I
welcome.
owe so much of it to you and everything you've studied and your knowledge and your wisdom. And you're just, I mean, honestly, you're just a wonderful person, which you can have wisdom and stuff, but like
Mm.
you coupled with your kindness as a human, like it was so wonderful working with you. And I'm just really thankful.
Well, I feel the same way, Valerie. Knowing you and getting to support you has really been a gift to me too. So honestly, I'm honored to have been able to help you so much and just excited to see where you go next with your life and your health.
Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome.